80-year-old Renario Colina has been the talk of the town in Manduay City in Cebu, in central Philippines, because of his new innovation. From scrap wood and trash, Colina has created a wooden bicycle which can be used even in busy streets. Colina, who has been suffering from a hearing problem, has been creating the wooden bicycle for many years now. He collects scrap wood and nails to create the innovative bike, which also includes a wooden tire. Colina sells his wooden bike for only 250 pesos or $5, proving that indeed trash can turn into cash with some creativity. Japanese government officials recently pitched the positive economic effects of adopting the country's Shinkansen high-speed train system at a briefing session in the Malaysian capital. About 600 people from Malaysia's public and private sectors attended the session in Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia plans to build a 300-kilometer high-speed rail line from Kuala Lumpur to neighbouring Singapore. Trains will cover the distance in 90 minutes. The government seeks to start the service in 2026 and will conduct bidding this year. At the session, Japan's Transport Minister Keiichi Ishii said the Japanese bullet train system has contributed to regional growth and is a driving force for the country. He expressed hope that the system will also help Malaysia to develop. Executive Vice President of East Japan Railway, Fuji Fukazawa, explained at the following symposium how the Hokuriku Shinkansen line helped to boost tourism. The line, which connects Tokyo and Ishikawa Prefecture on the Sea of Japan coast, opened in 2015. Fukazawa said the prefecture drew about 3 million more tourists annually after the launch of the line, and jobs were created along the line. An official at the Malaysian railway operator said he believes the Shinkansen system can contribute to high-speed railway networks in his country. He noted that Japan has been operating the system safely for more than 50 years. China is also stepping up efforts to win a contract in bidding for Malaysia's high-speed railway. These plastic bottles were almost thrown away, but they were collected and turned into bricks to build a special house. The idea was initiated by Tue Vien Organic founders and architect Vu Dak Dai. Each of these bottles used to build the house advocates for recycling. Nguyen Tan Puong, manager with Tue Vien Organic Farm, Long Bien district in Hanoi, said they collected about 10,000 bottles for 2 weeks. Half of the bottles still had liquid in them. It's such a waste and a big concern when it comes to protecting the environment. That's why they want to build this house, to highlight the issue to the public. The bottle house covers only 10 square meters. About 500 volunteers took part in its construction. It's strong as any other normal house, since the house still needs foundations, pillars, and construction materials such as cement. Nguyen Tan Puong, manager Tue Vien Organic Farm, Long Bien district in Hanoi, said this house directly affects your vision. You can feel the creative atmosphere here. Secondly, the temperature inside and outside of the house is also different. It's cooler in the summer, while warmer in the winter. It is the sand that helps the house have better insulation. With these advantages, the plastic bottle house is also served as a mini library for children, creating a space that encourages them to read and also raises people's awareness about environmental protection. Parents who homeschool their children recently banded together to support one another through initiatives such as the first ever homeschool convention in Singapore. This helps them better ways for their kids to learn and cope with changes to homeschooling regulations by the Education Ministry. 10-year-old Phoebe Lim loves cooking up a storm. She's been trained by local chefs and is getting ready to publish her own cookbook.
I learned cooking from Chef Benny. He taught me how to cook nasi lemak, biryani, curry and a few other dishes. The first time I started learning, it was quite hard, but after a while it's easy because I practice quite a lot of times.
She plans to combine cooking with her other passion, art, for the project.
I've been drawing, painting and watercoloring some pictures to put into my cookbook before I publish it. I hope to publish 20 recipes and now I have 10.
I believe that every person needs to pursue the passion. They need to go after what they like. So that's the reason why I choose to let her do cooking and drawing. It takes out a lot of time. So homeschooling in a way is good because she can have more time to pursue her passion.
For others, a regular school day means a group play date at a nearby park. Mark and his wife, who are former teachers, believe play is the best way for a child to learn.
In Asian setting, they don't get enough play. Through play, they get to learn creative ways of learning, problem solving, turn-taking, social skills. These are all things which are crucial.
It's also understanding how my children learn best and what fits. So even for the 7-year-old, what works for him, he's a very musical and auditory learner, might be different from my younger one who is very kinesthetic. And I think that's the beauty of homeschooling.
So what do the kids learn?
They basically do the local curriculum, and I try to put in some holistic kind of thing like music, dance and art as much as I can afford. Then I just have to see what their inclination is. For example, my second son, he's very, very into music, but he's also very, very intelligent, so I have to strike a balance for that.
I like going to some place where the homeschoolers gather and we will learn about chess there.
Yesterday I just had ballet dancing and today I just had swimming.
I like homeschooling.
Why?
Because it's joyful.
For example, the primary homeschooling parent needs to have a university degree. But even after getting MOE's approval, parents still need to make sure their children keep up. Since 2014, they have been required to sit for an assessment at the primary 4 level. They also have to take the primary school leaving examination and meet certain benchmarks. To tackle the challenges of educating their children, parents are coming together to support one another. For the first time ever, the community organized a homeschooling convention where experts gave tips on new ways to help their kids to learn.
We've become a very tight-knit community. Right now, I think we have about 80 families. We share a lot of our lives. We share our struggles. We share questions that are on our mind about homeschooling. And our kids range from preschool all the way to university.
They form co-ops or learning groups where parents take turns to facilitate learning.
We have co-ops about robotics. We have co-ops about swimming. We have co-ops about going to the zoo. Just whatever kids are interested to learn, parents will set it up and invite others along.
But without opportunities to interact with others in a school environment, are parents concerned their children might lack social skills?
It's actually ample opportunity for the children to meet, and sometimes, in fact, more time for them to spend. You know, like in the park, we have long play dates, like 3-4 hours long, and in school it's mainly just recess, maybe after school. So I think it's intentional, making sure that the kids do get out and meet other kids, and meeting different kinds of people is very important to us too.
Still is not always smooth sailing for those who enter mainstream schools when they're older.
For the two boys, I think being boys, they are really not really bothered about it. But for the girl, she is more sensitive and then she's more upset, when there are girls who don't talk to her. And so I have to step in and talk to her about what friendships are all about and how to make friends.
I think as the children get older, we have to also let them make their own choices about their education. We've seen that in homeschool families with older children, so some of them do opt to go back to secondary school. I think there are no, hard and fast rules to it. And as we journey on, we need to look at the needs of our children as well.
For the second time, Bangala Fashion Show was launched in Cotabato City, Philippines, and this time they featured various types of hijab and clothes of Muslim women in the trend, and was made not only by the local designers but also with Indonesia and Malaysia designers.
She appreciates hijab, so she likes to look at hijabis so much. Nag-enjoy siya nakikita yung mga babae na fashionable with the hijab and stylish. Designers from Manila will love the cultural fabrics of baby kanila ma-appreciate din nila again. So I think since in Manila maraming mainstream na famous designers, baka maka-help you, baka malay natin sa future mapaano nila yung fabric ng galing sa Cotabato City. So
ang mga designs and clothings na ginamit namin sa Bangala Fashion Show are those clothings na na-trade sa ating lugar dito sa Cotabato City and most parts of Mindanao. Kaya very significant siya, and it's time na ma-educate natin yung ating mga kababayan to appreciate such fashion.
Ms. Dumama added that the Bangala Fashion Show was much better compared to the first launch of the show, and she's hoping that she could bring the said fashion show in Manila. Designers from Malaysia and Indonesia expressed their warm gratitude for featuring their creative clothes, as well as the warm acceptance of the Cotabato people. Appreciating the modest fashion, this is the message that the said fashion show wants to impart. And despite of their conservative ways, they can keep competing with the mainstream fashion.